my keys go. Then I want my keys going. I want my keys go. Then I want my keys going.
I ruined it.
Hello, everybody. How am I doing today? Welcome to the VGRCast. This week we're getting political this week, when we're talking about DC and everything else in between. As usual, I am joined by my lovely friends Ryan, Steve, Monica, and Mike.
And Rickon.
You know we're getting serious this week because I'm wearing sleeves.
Ooh, sleeves. Now I don't
Oh
want to.
shit! I didn't even notice.
I don't want to say anything, Ryan, but that's the same shirt you wore yesterday.
Shut up. The stream didn't see it.
I did though. I know.
Before-
I know your
before we
dirty little
get-
secret.
No one cares about what you think.
I know your dirty little secret.
Before we get political, though, I gotta come in hot.
This is the most political take of all.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna talk for however long this idea spews from my mouth. We mentioned it on the last podcast, and then I will wait for you to respond. So,
I didn't agree to
live-action
this.
remakes of animated properties have been a thing lately, and for the life of me, I cannot understand how people are talking about them and why people... No, not that. Not that. I understand why the corporations like it.
Money.
I don't understand why people, like consumers, want it. Because literally, every time something like this is announced, it's like, Aladdin's getting in live action remake. The response is, man, I hope they don't fuck it up. And then there's the response, oh, they kind of fucked it up. Then Avatar's getting a live action remake. I hope they don't fuck it up. Cowboy Bebop's getting a live action remake. I hope they don't fuck it up. That shouldn't be the response from people when something big like this is announced. It should be, I'm excited. And I'm not talking about like fuck it, I'll just say it. I'm not talking about the normies who like do not care about animated stuff. I'm not talking about the people who think that animated stuff is for children or babies or stuff.
Babies.
I'm talking about the people who are like fans of the original property that then they are simultaneously hyped for the live action version, even though historically the vast majority of live action remakes have been fucking terrible. Explain the logic to me. I don't get it.
So I think part of it is people just like seeing the stories that they've known, like retold from a different angle.
It's usually not a different angle, though.
So
it's usually almost a beat for beat remake.
That's true. And I feel so like Lion King is like that. Lion King's like almost a shot for shot remake. Aladdin I thought was okay. It was a little different. Mulan looks promising because it's completely different. But
I'm not watching that.
I'm waiting for it to come out on Disney Plus for free. Then I'll watch it. I'm not paying $30 to watch it at home. If it was a different movie that I actually cared about, maybe. But it's a movie I don't really give a shit about. But I think
also the main actress supports the Hong Kong police, so I'm boycotting. What? Sorry, I'm a little early, but no.
Hey, pull the trigger!
You're already
Disney
feeding
is
it.
not getting a cent from me for that movie.
But see, you're already feeding into my idea. You literally said, I don't give a shit about it. So it's like, why?
I think part of, like I said, it partly that people want to re-see their stories retold. But the thing that I don't get is when a live action remake comes out and it's not as good as people want, and they're like, oh, great, you ruined the movie. But the original's still there. It's still the same. It didn't go away. Like, you can still go back and rewatch the original. So, like, that, I don't get why people get butthurt over it.
I think there's the hope that it will be, like, I don't think the hype comes from they want the exact same thing, but with a shiny coat of paint. Like, think about any video game that's gotten remastered. That's what people want, is just a movie where it just, like, it puts it with shiny new age graphics, and they don't really want anything new or subversive.
jumping off of that, yeah, that's a great metaphor because I was just thinking like with me and Kevin's Halo playthrough, just like I really enjoy flipping through the graphics because like
Oh, it's so nice.
I never played the original Halos when they were on like Xbox or whatever, and like looking back at it, it's just like, oh god, that looks terrible. And for those of you who have nostalgia for it, it's just like, oh, like the new graphics is just like, this is always how I imagined it looking. It's about like with the Avatar remake. I'm interested for it because I want to see it imagined in the way I've always kind of imagined it in my head. Not like, does that make any sense?
Yeah, kind of like what bossing say would look like in real life.
Yeah.
See, I understand that. It's a great point. I understand that logic from within the same medium. Like, it's a video game, and then you're remaking it as a video game. But I think people have to understand that there are things that you can do in animation that you just can't do in live action.
But Blake, they don't.
No, that is a good point.
They don't.
And-
They don't what? Sorry, I missed it.
They don't understand.
What you have brought to the table here is that there is this expectation of everybody has their own different idea in their head, and then when it doesn't come out exactly the way they want, that's where people have the backlash.
Yeah, there's a great video by Every Frame a Painting about Satoshi Kon, where he's an anime director. He did Paprika, Tokyo Godfathers, and Perfect Blue. There was a point in his career where he was deciding whether or not he wanted to do animated films or live action films, and he chose anime because he could do things in fewer frames than he could in live action, and he could just break the rules more than he could in live action. And I think that's something that people need to understand, is that no matter how good the CG that they add is, no matter how big the landscapes are that they make, there are limitations to what you can do in a live action medium that you just can't do with animation. And a lot of the animated stories that they love are built from the ground up in animation, and so they utilize animation to its fullest potential.
Definitely agree.
Going off.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
I was saying, going off that, I kind of had a similar revelation where I've written creatively pretty much all my life since like first grade. I've like enjoyed creative writing, and back in like middle school and high school when I would do it, I had always pictured like, because in reality I write because I want to see my stories become movies. Like, that's the end game for my writing, is I wanted to make books that become movies. I realized I could have skipped the middleman as far as screenplays. But
very different medium.
Very different. But something I've realized in the last year or two is that most of my stories would come off a lot better as animation. Just because like the one I'm mostly write or think of is it's about like a dystopian future where everyone lives in these giant underground bunkers. It's about class warfare and shit like that. But it requires like giant like bunkers that like would look really bad in real life because they'd have to CG everything. And we're just kind of like, that would look terrible.
So
and that's the point I was about to bring up, was that a lot of those limitations that Mike was talking about, the way they work around it is CGI, which is still some level of animation, and that's what I think throws a lot of people off about these
Lion King.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Huh? Nothing. I'm not talking bad about Lion King.
In your throat there.
Lion King.
The cat got his tongue.
I didn't. The new Lion King was okay, but it just didn't work because like all the animals in the original, all the animals in the original are so expressive and stuff with their faces, and like they just look dead in the CG version, and it's just I can't talk too loudly about this, otherwise Christine will come in here and beat my ass if I talk too loud. If I talk too bad about Lion King, she'll come in here, even though she doesn't feel good, and she'll beat my ass. So I gotta whisper.
Jumping
On
off
camera.
On camera. No snoo for me for a long time.
So jumping off on that point, I was I agree. I think live action remakes can work under certain circumstances. I have seen, I think, of the Disney ones, 2 of them. One
Who?
was Beauty and the Beast. I enjoyed that. It was
Never saw
fine.
that one.
I don't have any real memory of the original animated
That was the
one,
first
so
one.
I was just like, this is fine. I have no strong opinions about this whatsoever. It was enjoyable.
Steve, to put that in perspective, the original animated movie was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It has great songs. I mean, but I just don't have any
No,
like.
Steve, we're not
It
shit
wasn't
talking the
one
Lion
of, like,
King
the
movie.
Disney movies that I watched like over and over as a child, so I don't really have any strong memories of it.
But I was also one of those people who watched it over and over as a child because I think out of all the like recent Disney remakes, I'm fairly certain that's the only one I've seen.
Fair
And
enough.
you want to know what the best part for me in the new Beauty in the in that remake was the original song that they put in there that was new, Nevermore.
Yeah, they
Was that the one that
did that in
sings-
Aladdin
I
too.
know she'll never leave me, even
Yeah,
as
yeah.
she
That,
runs
that's
away.
actually a really good song.
Copyright strike.
God damn it, Monica. In the new Aladdin, they actually throw in a couple original songs too.
Yeah, and that was the other movie that I saw.
Shocking that when people put in new stuff, they like it more than when you retread the old stuff.
I actually did like Aladdin a lot, the live action
Please
remake.
tell me the song in Aladdin is by his. Wait, no, not Aladdin. Which one has Will Smith in it? Yeah,
Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah, that's Aladdin. No, it's not one of his songs.
It's a jazz. It's a new Jasmine song.
Bullshit.
But also, Will Smith's version of "Friend Like Me," pretty good. It slaps. I thought
I can't disagree. Like I
It was-
enjoyed the
Is
Aladdin
it
remake.
fresh?
I did find a couple of the songs just lacked life. Like what's the one where Aladdin's one jump da 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 da? What
Yeah,
song is
it's
that?
literally called One Jump.
Oh yeah,
One
I
Jump.
felt that song was pretty lifeless.
I thought it was fine.
Compared to the original. I mean, it's not.
It was different because they had to actually like pretend like he was actually running and doing it and stuff.
Yeah, I know. So,
And so
again,
I
it's
think
an
that's why that
animation
came
thing.
off like that. Yeah, it was animation versus real life.
But it's
The
like
best. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like with
Go
those
ahead.
like those two worked as live action remakes because you can do that because it's human guest star like human
Never had
stars
friend like
like
me.
and the especially with like the genie shit, the CGI shit was amazing. But like you can't like with Lion King. I the only thing I've seen of the Lion King is the Nostalgia Critic review of it. For what I've seen, fucking gorgeous. Apparently the entire
it looks nice.
the entire thing is animated, backgrounds included, which is absolutely insane to me because the backgrounds look real. Like
Yeah.
they took pictures and animated lions in front of it. That's what I thought they did, but apparently the entire thing is animated.
I mean,
which
yeah.
is it's an incredible
But
achievement in
it's all
technology,
gray.
but you can't.
It was no.
But
It was,
it
but that's
defeats
gray in
the
real
entire-
life, though.
Yeah, it defeats the entire purpose of the original Lion King because the original Lion King, there as I know we mentioned this earlier, so we're a bit talking in circles, but there's no you can't do like you can't express emotions on like
On lions.
digital lions.
Yeah.
It's
Well, so
animation
here's-
lets you do that.
Here's
Also, sorry,
yeah. Go ahead.
real life is boring
Yes.
sometimes. So
And then-
you have to make it look better.
So I left the theater with Christine, and I said, "Yeah, I had fun. It looked really good, but I feel like at some point they had to pick. Like you have to pick realistic or like stick to the original, and they just kind of did like a halfway road, and I just don't think it worked. Like
On the bright side, James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones was great. I thought what's his face as Zazu was really good.
Wasn't that John
Oliver.
John Oliver, yeah, John Oliver as Zazu was really good. And then
But it didn't have
Who was
Matthew
Simba?
Broderick.
What?
Donald Glover was
Who's
adult
that?
Simba though. I do like
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick. I found out Christine's never seen War Games.
What
I
the
don't
hell?
think I've seen
I've only seen like the end of War Games, and
I
that
have-
was like 20 years ago.
This is the first thing I've ever heard.
Tomato,
of it.
potato, whatever.
War Games?
I've never heard of it.
I understand.
Would you like to
that
play
it's
a nice
great
game of
movie.
chess?
I understand that it's a great movie. It's just not one that I think about very often.
Would you like to play a nice game of chess?
No, I'm terrible at chess.
How about a nice game of chess?
Something World War III.
The good of voiced Kid Simba was
And
good,
speaking
but
of
the
World War
action
III,
was just so
Wait,
blah.
Steve, do you not
Yeah.
actually know what this movie's about?
No.
Oh God.
Is it like Ender's
It's-
Game except not?
No.
It's
It's-
like young Matthew Broderick, like before Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He plays like a computer game against like a sentient computer.
Essentially,
but it turns out that the computer is like an actual like military computer,
Yeah.
and
So
he's
it's
about
Ender's
to
Game.
start world. Is that what Ender? I thought Ender's Game was like a sci-fi thing.
Ender's
It-
Game is a
it's
sci-fi
the
thing,
same
but
concept,
Ender's
though.
Game's also no.
Yes.
No. Ender's Game is a story about a kid who's recruited into the military and is trained to be a tactician and ends up actually like oops a war, ends a
no.
war.
I read the book. Basically, they're doing training simulations.
Yeah, but
on
it's real.
computers, but they're fighting actual battles.
You see,
so-
but the whole thing is that especially with war games, is kid has a computer, kid likes computer.
Kid like video games.
Kid like video games. He tries using this phone trick to like hack into like a dial tone, which is apparently a real thing.
I think I saw the
That was-
nostalgia
yeah,
for
that was
this
real.
one or the
Yeah.
AVGN. I don't remember which.
Yeah, and essentially he hacks into this military computer and he finds some files in it called war games, and so he tries playing them, but it's really like triggering the supercomputer to start simulating a bunch of nuclear war situations, and then it kind of just escalates from there. But it's not really like he's like launching nukes and he doesn't know about it. It's more of just like he triggers a computer program to start running, and then they have to fix it.
Speaking of like starting wars and launching nukes and shit.
Yeah,
Is it that time?
I guess we should transition into that.
I'm gonna refill my water while we
Monica
transition.
tried transitioning and y'all just fucking talked over her.
Listen, I had to talk about war
Wednesday.
games. I had to talk about war games because I just talked about this with Christine.
So
Okay,
the guy who actually did research on this just went to get water, so I don't know. what
Steve
happened.
is
have
really
multiple-
excited to talk about
We have
QAnon.
multiple other topics. We don't have to start with that
Yes,
one.
but we
Okay.
just transitioned into this one, so now we have to. Talk
Well,
about
no,
it.
I mean I could talk about my political theory I came up with today.
Please. We can
So
probably transition better from there.
I will
yeah.
drink the entire time.
so we were talking at work, and so I want to start off by prefacing this that we are not here to tell you who to vote for. I just want to say that
No.
right now. I mean, we all have our political opinions, and some of us might share who we're going to vote for and stuff like that, but none of us are here to say specifically, you should vote for this person. You have to vote for this person. Because everyone in America is guaranteed their own opinion. Everyone can vote whoever they want to. We'll just leave it at that. But we all have our opinions, and I want to say currently we're all a little more left-leaning. Yeah, I think
left,
people
at
would
least.
agree with that. So
I
if
think
you...
I have the most wildly varying
You're a
political background.
fucking
out of-
weirdo.
Well, Mike, we
Yeah.
also kind of are, based on our 8 values tests, we're kind of similar.
Yes.
Um,
But here's my brief history of politics is when I went into college, I was like typical moderate left
mhm.
Democrat. Then Gamergate happened, which was mostly a mistake on all fronts. But
That was a mistake.
swung right after that.
hmm
You
were right
then
for a
this
while.
year happened, and I swung hard fucking left.
But so
Which,
the
honestly, not gonna lie, Mike, kind of surprised all of us.
yeah.
Here's the thing: is
Libertarians don't have party affiliations.
Libertarians are also just a fallacy. Like they can't ever really exist in an actual world.
Very true. Very true.
Because there was a point in time where I was like, I think I'll be libertarian because like it's like right in the middle. I kind of like that middle idea. But then like libertarians are crazy. Like they want
They got-
no
I
government.
think it's
Here's the
like
thing,
a
the Libertarian Party is fucking psycho.
Yeah, they're
That's
crazy
why I
people.
remember the one clip where it was like the Libertarian National Convention, and one of the questions was, do you think that driver's licenses should be
Yeah.
a thing? And like the first 4 people were like, no. And then Gary Johnson's like, I would like to think that we should have certifications for certain stuff. And then the crowd started booing him.
Yeah, like what?
Fucking Exotic ran as a libertarian.
But like this machine that can kill people if you handle them properly. Like, yeah, libertarians are crazy. But anyways, so
We're not telling you who to vote for, but you're fucking crazy if you're a libertarian.
You were mentioning, Kevin, you're gonna lead you into a story, and then
Yes.
So you were saying you were talking
Dude,
about
I am-
politics at work.
I am
We're-
fairly certain all of us have ADHD in some form or fashion, so this is what conversations with all of us is just generally like. We just leap into tangents, like
Yep.
just out of nowhere.
I
Yep.
was diagnosed with that, so yes.
I probably would have been if I got tested for it, but it wasn't a hindrance on my life, so I never got tested. Anyways, so at work today we're talking, and my workplace pretty left. We all have the same kind of opinions. But we were talking about how the Republican Party is probably going to split. And here's why. You currently have Trump running again, and whether he wins or loses this election, a Trump will be running in 2024, I think. Either Donald Trump will run again to try to take the seat back again, or his son will run, Donald Trump Jr. I think they're trying to do 12 years or 16 years total of Trump. And that's why during something someone said, or how about 12 more years? I think they're going to try to put down Donald Trump Jr. in the office after Trump. And what I think that's going to
He
do.
has the charisma of a wet noodle.
Yeah, I know, but so here's the thing.
Trump would be a better.
I know they're going to put a Trump in. They're going to try to put another Trump in the office, I think. And here's what that's going to do. You currently already have a part of the Republican Party that has pretty much said, "Fuck you guys, we're on our own thing." It's called the Lincoln Project. I think that the Lincoln Project is going to transform into the Lincoln Party, and so essentially,
Isn't that what Kellyanne Conway's husband is a part of?
I think, yes. The Lincoln Project is right now mostly just like a YouTube channel that just like hates Trump. They pretty much say, we hate the Democrats, but they're better than Trump.
They're never Trumpers, basically.
Yeah, they're never Trumpers. So I think you're going to have either in 2024 or later, you're either going to have Republicans and Lincoln Party, or you're going to have Republicans and Trumpicans. Like people who are like diehard Trump fans, because that's pretty much what's going to happen, I think. And that's kind of what we talked about at work today, like our crazy conspiracy theory stuff.
Speaking of that, I just Googled that Michael Steele, who was a former Republican National Committee chairman, has just stated that he's joining the Lincoln Party.
The Lincoln Project?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I would not be surprised if in the next couple of years we see that, like, they officially say, like, we are now the Lincoln Party. We are our own party. Come join us if you hate Trump.
I see that happening with the Democrats as well.
Agreed.
Because,
Which, in all
if you
honesty,
actually-
good.
Yeah, if you actually look at a political, not that the political compass as we know it is a really accurate measurement, because there's some weird ass questions on it, but if you actually look at the political compass, most Democratic candidates are still in the authoritarian right category.
Yeah, I'll pull
as
up a thing
compared
right
to
now.
like more as compared to like European left candidates. So America is a right country. So, and
Right-leaning,
people are fine.
not that they're always right.
Yeah, yes, that,
Hey,
yep.
you.
I was
Oh,
trying
God.
to think of a
You.
better way to phrase that. I like that. That's good.
That's what I'm here
Oh.
for. Is
Yep.
for
That didn't work.
I will openly admit that I am not the most politically educated person, and that is a a privilege of mine that I definitely need checked. But I'm here for jokes.
I am here for the
But-
jokes.
but the
Jokes?
here's the thing. The president and vice president pick for the DNC this year is the guy who authored the 94 crime bill that put millions of people in jail for marijuana convictions,
Mm-hmm.
and a former cop.
Yes.
That's who the DNC decided to pick to run against Trump.
In
I
this
farted
day and
during that
age.
pause.
They are They are not running on a campaign of, okay, our actual party wants us to do this. They are running on a campaign of, let's try and loop in people from the right.
And that's why
which is not what the left should be.
and that's why I think that, I hate to say it, Trump's probably going to win again.
He's absolutely going to win.
Because the Republican Party is playing to their people. They're playing to what their people want. And the Democratic Party is playing to what they want their people to want. Like the Democrats are like, this is what our people should believe in. So these are the ideals we're going to put forward.
America is so right, it's wrong. Trump
Yeah.
is the...
I don't know a single like hard left person that I talk to that's gonna vote for Biden. No one wants him. You're not hard left, Steve. I'm sorry, but you're not.
No.
And then here's
In truth, it doesn't really matter if Trump wins or not because Trump is.
we
just
still
one
lose
person.
is what happens.
No, and let me say why. Because there are the people surrounding him that will still be there for another couple.
Oh yeah.
So
To be fair, though, the Biden would be able to just pick an entirely new cabinet. So
Yeah, I know, but you'd still have a lot of. There's still going to be those Trumpites in the actual country, who will fight everything.
Hydra, man.
Yeah,
Hydra.
I feel like we're gonna have in our lifetime we'll have at least 4 major political parties because the Republicans will probably split soon and the Democrats are gonna split soon into probably your typical liberal Democrats and then your socialist Democrats.
And all of
Tumblr.
that is great.
Call that
because
Tumblr.
America needs more than 2 political parties.
America.
We'll finally
Here's a hot take.
the political parties have not had a fundamental change in ideology since FDR.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
And even then, the Republican Party as we know it today wasn't a thing until Lincoln.
True.
But
Which
I
are
think
now known as the Democrats, if we're being honest.
yes.
Yeah,
There was a flip that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why FDR was the major flip.
Which is why everyone who says the Democrats started the KKK pisses me the fuck off. It's just well, even if it was true that the Democrats did start the KKK, who supports them now? That's the important bit.
And that's the whole thing. The Republican Party technically fought to free the slaves, but what are they doing now? They're taking away. They're stuff for a future podcast. But so the whole thing is that here's my hot take. All parties are bad. No matter what.
Not a hot take in any way.
I know, but just fuck the party system in general. I don't care about 2-party, 4-party, independent party, whatever. Fuck the party system. The problem that I have with politics in today's day and age is that people don't vote for candidates. People vote for parties.
They vote for labels.
Yes, they vote for labels. Exactly. Your
typical. I would argue that Republicans vote for candidates, not politicians.
No, Democrats are just as guilty.
No. Well, no. I mean,
more
in the fact, as in they vote for a cult of personality, like Trump. Trump hasn't fulfilled a single campaign. I don't think a single campaign promise.
Yeah, where's that wall?
Here's the thing: is
but people are still going to vote for him because they're idiots.
Because you're the Republican.
Here's the thing.
That's why.
Thankfully, the trend over the past however many years has been, let's go a little bit more left. That has been the trend, in a sense.
I would just want to. I wanted a good centralist candidate.
Yeah.
For this campaign.
That's
Biden's
been the trend over however many.
Okay.
So the Republican Party is just well, we don't want to go any more left, so we'll just throw it all to this guy. Democrats is it's split between well, we want to go left, but let's not go too far left. And then there's the Democrats that are, we want to go all the way left. If you don't go
Give it
all
to
the
me,
way
Daddy!
left- yeah. So that's why we're seeing this big schism in the
In the
Democratic
two-part.
Party.
Yeah, and
I'm
both
sorry,
parties.
I'd just like to point out that Rickon is being cute as shit right now.
Oh, yeah, look at him. Danny's on my desk right below me. Hold on.
He loves
This might look
to be
inappropriate. Hold on.
super duper asleep, and he passed out. Like, look at, oh, he's not awake enough.
Oh, he don't like that.
He said, no, I don't like it, but I.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Oh,
what are you
there's
doing?
Danny.
had this nice break it in here. I mean, Steve was
Blinken
the one that
cult.
made fucking notes today, and it would be a goddamn shame if he didn't utilize.
Oh, hold on. We're not on the crazy person part of the podcast yet.
Oh, not yet. That's a bit.
That's in a few minutes. We're not on that
I'm
yet.
still only on my 4th drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some shots.
But then get
Alex Jones was right.
They're making the frogs gay.
I gotta be honest. I'm kind of retarded.
We know this, Alex. We know
what-
this.
What I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Something about blind Vart. There's a difference between patriotism and nationalism, and so like, patriotism is essentially celebrating what your country does, and nationalism is celebrating your country because it exists.
Yeah.
That
Like,
was a good analogy, yes.
yeah, it's essentially nationalism is I don't give a shit what the country does. I'm an American. Yeah, fuck America. Yeah, fuck everyone else. We're Americans.
I would extend that to nationalism is my country is right and you have to deal with that, and then patriotism is I want my country to be the best that it can be.
Yes, and in that sense, I would say that I'm a patriot because I believe that America can be the best country on the planet. We're currently not. We're currently bottom of the barrel. Literally, our passports are worth the paper they're printed on currently. You can't go
If you're
anywhere.
lucky.
Yeah, you can go to Mexico or Argentina, I think, or Turkey.
Though I think Mexico's doing.
I think
worse with
Turkey's on there,
coronavirus
yeah.
than we
I think
are, so-
Turkey's on there, but it's just that's hilarious. Just kind of like Trump was like, "I'm going to do a better job of locking down our borders," and he did it. We can't go anywhere.
Unintended consequences.
We're stuck here. And we'll transition to more COVID stuff, I think, after Steve talks about his crazy shit. Steve, do you want to talk about your crazy shit?
I do, but I'm not really sure how to transition into it.
Okay,
but,
so
Oh, we already did.
I heard you all
Fuck
day.
it up
You
and
had
do
a whole
it.
page written of notes. Can you?
No,
you
I
mind
do.
sharing
I
with the
just like
class?
okay. Basically, what I have is
Okay,
like, I thought
let
we
me-
kind of naturally transition into.
let me-
Basically,
hold on. Let me pull up the QAnon theory, like the theory
Okay.
on Wikipedia, what the actual entry
right.
says.
So you could fact check me when I talk about this because everything I have written down is from memory.
Well, no, I'll recite it, and then we can kind of start vamping on it.
I'll let
Fuck you guys. I had a good transition. Y'all are just.
suck
We
it.
love you, Ryan.
I will let you two do your thing, and then I will have something to add to that.
Okay, so essentially, QAnon is it's this crazy batshit thing. I don't understand how it's a thing still. It's already been proven that 4chan started it, so why are we still talking about it? But anyways, the theory essentially goes that there's a statewide cabal of Satan-worshipping pedophiles who rule the world. They control everything. They control politics, media, Hollywood. They cover up their existence. Essentially, they rule the world. And they would continue to rule the world if it was not for the election of President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is in this conspiracy theory, and he knows about the evil cabal's wrongdoings, but Trump was elected to put an end to them. There's a behind-the-scenes battle where Trump is fighting this secret war, apparently,
Boy.
against this
Fucking
evil cabal.
God Emperor, am I
Yeah,
right?
God Emperor Trump. And essentially, this all started because this guy named QAnon, pretty much went on 4chan at some point, and he was essentially like, I am QAnon. I have Q-level clearance in the U.S. government, and I'm here to
You're
reveal all
covering
these
basically
secrets.
all my notes.
Okay, cool. Essentially, he pretty much goes on 4chan, and he starts, like, spewing all these facts about about this secret war that's happening.
They're called Q drops, where basically he asks incredibly leading questions. Where it's just like, this shit is batshit insane. Just
So
for a little bit more,
stupid.
for a little bit more background, so it originally started on 4chan.
Mhm.
After 4chan said fuck this shit, it eventually moved over to 8chan. 8chan eventually got shut down, which is back up again now as 8kun. To
That
delve
is the funniest fucking.
so fucking cringy.
Eight
So
coon.
So currently, so 8chan was originally started by an anon from 4chan called Frederick Brennan, who is a disabled dude who used to be, after he perceived that 4chan was kind of a little too
Crazy
sensory
people?
for his tastes. He made 8chan as kind of responses, like, post whatever the fuck you want. After in the recent-ish past, after realizing, oh fuck, this is a terrible site, because it influenced a lot of shootings. There was the Christchurch shooting, I think, got posted on 8chan.
Something like that, yeah.
He said fuck this shit and has been actively working to get it shut down since. He originally partnered with another dude called Jim Watkins, who is the current owner of 8chan.
Yes.
Both of them lived in the Philippines. At some point, Frederick, the original owner, said that Jim is kind of might be going senile. And apparently the Philippines has really strong libel laws, especially online. So basically, he got an arrest warrant out for the original creator, Frederick, who literally had to flee the country back to the United States. And I don't know all the details about it, but since this Jim guy, he might actually just be Q. He might actually be Q at this point. I don't think he's the original Q, but he's Q now. Because I don't know. There is some details, but I didn't do enough research into it to.
There's no
figure out
proof
what
that
the-
he's Q, but yeah,
But
that is a theory.
There's some pretty strong indications, like grammar stuff, and I think like
Or
a
that
lot of
he
the
knows
drops
Q.
are I think the Q drops are also hosted like on the same server that he hosts
It's so stupid. Like,
8chan on. Anyway, but
why would people believe anything on 4chan?
Okay.
Why would
So-
people believe anything on
Dude,
4chan?
Here's two brief historical notes and then one major note. First note, 4chan is actually a derivative of 2chan, which originated as a Japanese message board site.
Okay.
And then 8chan spawned off of 4chan,
Yep.
almost specifically because of Gamergate. Because Gamergate discussion was being shut down on 4chan, so it migrated over to 8chan.
Okay.
Other historical note is the Filipino president is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
is that Duerte?
Yeah, Duterte or whatever it is. Yeah. The drug dealers will be shot on sight president.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why that's all a thing. But the main point I want to get on is there's a video I would highly recommend by Don Jolly on YouTube called "The Internet Makes You Stupid." And it basically discusses 4 rules of how to engage with internet discourse.
Okay.
The first is basically Poe's law. If you're not familiar with Poe's law, it's the idea that when you're engaging with internet content, especially on sites like 4chan and stuff, you have to take what they're saying as both ironic and absolute fact. The truth exists somewhere in the middle of that. Either they're being jokingly ironic when they say it, or they are being serious. And you have to engage with it on both levels of that, because you can't know for sure which side they actually.
Yes.
The second rule, probably the most controversial rule, so I'm going to explain it in full.
Oh,
The
God.
second rule is there are no girls on the internet. You've probably heard that one a lot. But the
Monica's not a
I'm
girl.
not a real girl. I'm just two gnomes in a trench coat.
Two
But
gnomes. You should be at least 3. No, I think 2
Yeah.
gnomes in a trench coat's gonna be
No,
end up
I'm
only being.
sure it's two.
Right.
Fair
But
enough.
there are no girls on the internet, and then there's a subclause that says this does not mean what you think it means. And the purpose of that is that anonymity is a very powerful thing on sites like image boards like 4chan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the phrase "there are no girls on the internet" basically means that the message you are sending should be able to stand on its own without bringing biographical information into the discussion. So you shouldn't have to say, "I am X," to make your point more solid.
Like, I am a woman.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah,
It's
that one's especially common in like video game discussion. It's not as important a rule, but it is one important to keep in mind. Yeah.
Gamer girl,
I'm a
I
gamer
have a
girl.
controller. Oh no.
And then
I'm
the
a
last,
gamer girl.
the last
Give me
two
all your
are-
high items.
The last two are the internet makes you stupid
Fair.
and the internet is serious business, which were both phrases that
God, all of those are like all those phrases are just trickling back
Yeah.
into my memory because I
both
remember
of those
all of those.
originated on the Something Awful forums, specifically from FIAD, which stands for "fuck you and die." But but the internet makes you stupid is like, again, I highly recommend the Don Jolly video on this to
Okay.
further exemplify. But
I'll pop it into the chat.
Yeah.
Wait, when do we get to rule 34?
yeah, but oh, Jesus Christ. But, the way to think of the internet is like it's so like going back. Remember Aladdin? Remember Jafar?
Remember Jafar?
Jafar.
Oh, I remember.
Jafar is the internet. He is the vizier. He is the one guiding your choices on how to rule.
Jafar's hot, yo.
Yeah. Now, on some level, you should listen to the vizier because he has some interesting ideas. But the vizier is also plotting to take over your position. And if you let the vizier rule you entirely, you're going to go down a very bad path. So, the internet is serious business. Stuff that happens on the internet is serious on a certain level, but the internet also makes you stupid. So you have to keep it in check to a certain degree.
That's fair.
Yeah. So those are the 4 most important rules for engaging with internet discussion.
And then if there's porn, if it exists, there's porn of it.
Yes, and if it exists, there is a gender-bent version of it.
Yes.
Oh God, there's QAnon porn. I just realized that.
Probably,
oh, fuck
yeah.
yeah, there's QAnon porn.
That big old Q getting fucked. Oh yeah.
Is he fucking Vivian James?
Oh.
That's a little too deep for you, I guess. Okay.
Apparently.
Vivian
But
James
Kevin
is the
got it.
4chan.
You know,
She is
something
4chan
that-
Chan, right? No. She's Gamergate Chan, right? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
she's the Gamergate mascot.
She's actually the Gamergate Chan before the Chans were a thing.
She looks like Felicia Day in a purple and green sweater.
Yes.
Back to QAnon real quick. This might actually be relevant to you, Monica, where there's a lot. I don't know if when Kevin was talking about, I don't know if anyone noticed. There's a lot of anti-Semitic dog whistles in there, where it's like there's
Triple parentheses.
Yeah, a lot of those triple parentheses where, it's the whole thing where, the Jews are running the world, except it's not the Jews, it's the cabal. And they also have a belief where they torture and sexually assault kids in order to get the adrenochrome, which is an actual thing, in order to like consume the adrenochrome to extend their lives or get some kind of high from it or something like that, which if I'm not mistaken is a do you guys know what the blood libel is?
No.
I think the general gist of it, I think that it goes more into deep. Someone can research it and tell me off if I'm wrong here. But I believe the general gist of it from back in the day is that Jews used to drink blood, or basically it was accusing Jews of basically being vampires, which is kind of where the adrenochrome thing comes from. There's a lot of anti-Semitic dog whistles in QAnon.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
That's where the first rule comes in, though. On the one hand, yes, that's all insane shit that you shouldn't believe on a base level. But on the other hand, Jeffrey Epstein exists. Ghislaine Maxwell exists. So you have to engage with it, but be skeptical about it.
Exactly, which is also why I wanted to talk about hashtag Save the Kids, which I believe is getting what?
What is that?
You haven't seen that?
I have not.
Basically, there's been a sudden burst in awareness of child trafficking stuff, and while yes, that's all and good, I would bet money that it was fueled by QAnon, because they're real big into like the whole child trafficking, how Donald Trump and his, no joke, they call them white hats because this is the worst timeline.
This is the worst timeline.
Are they just pulling from like hacker terminology in
I
that?
don't
Like white hats versus
know.
black hats?
They're cringy edgelords. That's what it is. But they believe that Trump's fighting to, save the kids, when it's just like, no.
Here's the thing. Trump does not give a fuck about the kids. Otherwise, that fucking detention ISIS setup would have been disbanded already.
That what? I didn't catch that.
The whole ICE kids in cages.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
But I don't have any proof, but I would bet it's fueled by QAnon, and a bunch of people who are well-meaning but don't know it, but don't actually know about QAnon, are reposting it with like bad statistics where it says like something like 600,000 kids go missing every year. And the statistic is that, yes, 600,000 kids go missing every year, but like the vast majority of them are like runaways, and they come back like the next fucking day. The amount of kids that actually like vanish into thin air is incredibly small, but they're all reposting these stats as if it's an actual thing because they don't know any better. And if people, and the problem with that is that if they dig too deep, then they get into the QAnon conspiracy, and people have actually gotten like literally killed and hurt from the QAnon conspiracy. Monica wants to say something.
I do. I do. Thank you for reading my body language. This is sort of this may seem tangentially unrelated, but I just want to share one of the most powerful lessons I ever had in one of my college classes at ISU. It was in my theater history class, and I loved my theater history class. Shout out to Will D, who was
Don't be too
a great
specific.
theater history teacher who, even though I did shit in your class, I still loved it. But one of the first things we did that just really stuck with me for since it happened is the first lesson that we had, or our first assignment, was we got a photocopy of the chapters of a theater history textbook. Not the textbook itself, just the
photocopies.
list of chapters. And I'm forgetting the table of contents, I think is what the term I'm looking for, and my slightly tipsy brain is searching for. But
table of contents fits. Yeah, that works.
Contents. And our assignment was to analyze it. We didn't have access to any other part of the book. It was just to analyze it. What was it saying by having this there? What was it saying by what's missing? And just that idea of textbooks can have agendas. Textbooks we treat these as facts, and and they are skewed by opinion, and just the importance of always checking your source.
Right.
It's
100% correct.
I don't really, and like I said, I'm not the most politically minded person out there, but it's just such a valuable and powerful story to me that whenever shit on the internet just blows up like that, it's just one of those things of like the importance of checking. And if there's any takeaway we have, not that our podcast needs, and here's today's moral, needs that shit, but if there's one thing that is just check your fucking source, man.
Yep.
Here's the moral: you're all shitheads.
Are we done with crazy conspiracy theories?
Yeah, just top it
I just
off.
had one thing. Go ahead. I just have like one last little bit of notes here. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it all feeds back into the internet. Serious business. The internet makes you stupid. You have to do your own digging. My probably the most famous. Not gonna recite the full thing, but the most famous misattributed statistic is, despite the fact that just go ahead and type that into Google, see what you get.
I'm actually not sure what you're talking about, so I will.
Hold on, let me see.
Despite the fact that.
Yeah.
While you all are doing that Google search, I'm a pee and you enjoy some cat facts.
I got nothing here, man.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me see if this. Yeah.
If it's something sensitive, just toss it up in the.
Add 13% to the end of that.
Oh yes, that statistic. Okay.
Yeah, that one. That's one of the most
that
misattributed statistics of all time. Because there's a lot more information behind that statistic that makes it make a lot more sense from a not racist standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes. That is incredibly racist.
Incredibly racist.
Despite the fact that 13%.
I just
Yes.
have.
Yes, I see that
I'm
now.
waiting for, or I don't know if I should wait for Monica to come back, but there was.
I think just keep going.
What? So I just had one last bit of notes here.
Oh, look
There's
at
a couple
Rickon,
other
though.
things, but like why I wanted to talk about this and why people shouldn't be delving too deep into hashtag Save the Kids is because people.
Because it
have
fucking
actually
started
gotten
on
hurt.
4chan.
What? Well,
No,
that
sorry.
and the fact that people have gotten hurt and even died because of QAnon, where like there was some guy who loaded up a bunch of magazines. I think he had guns and parked his truck like
Chips.
parallel, like Austin Powers his truck on the Hoover Dam. Eventually
Oh.
got arrested peaceably, but he could have done damage. There's been at least 2 kidnappings where a like estranged mother took her kids because the cabal was trying to get him, and her husband was in on it. And there's actually at least one person has died that I can think of off the top of my head, is where one QAnon guy like went to a mob. I don't remember what exactly the context was, but went to like a mob boss's house and shot him in the fucking face after a confrontation. So I mean, on one hand, yeah, it's a mob boss, so I'm not terribly sympathetic, but what if he wasn't the mob boss? What if it was some rando that, oh, you're part of the cabal? It's not great. It's
something Pizzagate.
That's
Yeah,
where,
Pizzagate, yep.
That was actually circled on the top of my notes. QAnon stemmed out of Pizzagate. Pizzagate was like in 2016.
Yep.
And
QAnon started in 2017.
Yeah, it's 2017.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if anyone acknowledged this, but Trumpet Steve posed the question: is QAnon porn just a little line in the bottom of the capital Q but replaced with the dick?
Yes.
My whole thing though is QAnon is stupid because it started on 4chan.
But the problem is
What on
that
4chan is believable?
a minimum tens of thousands of people are in on this, if not hundreds
I
of
know.
thousands.
I would say it's
insane.
But it's like people, it's like someone started a rumor on 4chan that microwaving your iPhone charges it. There was literally a thing. There was a thing. They made a infographic and everything. They were like, thanks to this new iPhone update, putting your iPhone in a microwave charges it. And people fucking did it for like a week. And then eventually they were like, oh, this is fake. Like, it's fake. This is fucking stupid. Why did anyone ever believe this? Why has it taken us 3 years to get to that point? And we're not even at that point yet, apparently.
No, we're not. In fact, it's if anything, it's actually gaining steam right now. It's crazy.
Stupid.
They think there's hundreds of thousands of sealed indictments, and they've been promising mass arrests since 2017. And oh, you gotta believe in the plan.
The storm is coming, Steve. The storm.
Eventually,
That's what they call it. The storm.
Eventually, we will reach a internet literate society.
All right,
Eventually.
Probably our grandkids.
I just have one last.
Sooner than that.
I have one last bit on QAnon, then I'm done. If anyone does want like more information, check out the QAnon Anonymous podcast.
Okay.
It's got like 100+ episodes of debunking QAnon's bullshit. It's funny. They're well read, well researched. They know what they're talking about. I would highly recommend. It's where I've got almost all of my information from.
Okay.
Or just lurk.
I think
Don't do that. That sounds like a bad life choice.
Lurk smartly.
Let's steer away from politics. We can save the COVID complaints for next week. Let's do some DC stuff. Take a little break.
I gotta pee up there.
A transitionary thing to kind of bridge between internet stupidity on comment sections, because this is kind of where the DC stuff is going to lead. Oh wait, everybody just left. Rip.
I'm here.
I haven't left.
Oh goddamn! I was gonna bring up the Batman teaser trailer. I still haven't watched that.
We're gonna watch it live now.
Oh shit! But oh god, I want to talk about this video Nat showed me this weekend about just the craziest comment thread on a YouTube video.
Is it about darkness? Because I haven't seen this trailer yet, by the way. And all I'm seeing, all these comments are like, oh my god, it's so dark, it's so dark.
No, it's not. It's literally just, like I said, it's a bridge between internet stupidity and not doing your research to shit talking popular culture. I think it's a nice bridge to kind of lead us there.
Should we play the video first, or you want to talk about it first?
I want to talk a little bit about it first, and then we can do it.
Okay,
so,
go for it.
Steve showed me a video. He really likes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Critical or Penguin Zero or whatever the fuck he goes by.
Steve, you're muted.
I watched some of his stuff, thank you, way in the past, and I watched a little bit of stuff more recently. He's pretty funny. I like his old stuff better, though.
Oh, he is hilarious, and Nat sent me a video, it was like Friday, about the most wild, convoluted comment section on a YouTube video.
Please dump it into the chat somewhere. I would love to watch it.
I'll dump it into Discord, but
okay.
It basically is on a Paper Mario sticker star music video of all fucking places. And you guys need to sit down and 20 minutes watch it, because essentially it is a guy just being like, "Dude, this is dumb," and some dude coming in to save the day, and he's trying his best, but then he devolves into cringe meme lord Fedora the Third, and someone calls him on his shit. It's wild.
It reminds me of that
Mario.
It reminds me of that one image of like, it was like an Elon Musk tweet, and then it said like 69 replies later, and like the bottom was just like something 100% different. Maybe it wasn't Elon Musk.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was about, but I remember it was really funny.
For the record, fuck Elon Musk.
Let's watch this Batman trailer though together.
Oh shit, where is it?
I just sent it to Facebook. Yep. I'll be playing it live on stream. I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right, hold on, let me get. All right, hold on. All right.
Okay.
Is it?
Monica, did you get it or no?
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna count down and we're just gonna play it. Okay.
Oh, is it on? Are you?
There's probably gonna be an ad, so.
Oh, there's no. I don't think there's an ad for me.
I didn't see an ad.
I'm starting it in 3, 2.
Don't forget to put it on stream.
It,
You interrupted
Yes.
the countdown, Steve. What
gonna
the
be
fuck?
on stream. I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Oh no, it didn't start. There it goes. No! Wait, hold on. Pause it.
God damn it!
It's still
I told you
Buster.
It wasn't on stream. Oh, there it is.
It's still Buster. Hold on. I'm changing it. Hold on. Pause.
Back it up.
Backing
Back it
up.
Backing up. Backing up.
There you go. Okay. Now I'm ready.
Backing up.
Okay.
Back it up.
Ready?
Back.
3, 2, 1.
Let's jam.
Oh, it's an ad. God damn it.
I warned you about the ad.
All right, applause. God fucking damn it, Kevin.
Also, thank you for the Bebop reference, Monica.
All right, say when.
Thanks, Google. Now, go.
Thank you for the Bebop reference.
Oh, no, there's a YouTube Premium thing in front of it. Hold on. Go away, YouTube Premium.
Update.
How I heard of you?
Duct Tape, the movie.
Guys, there's gonna be ads. I'm not gonna get an ad. Guess an ad. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
What's it say? No more lies. Okay. I have this big
Are we
YouTube
ready?
Premium
Are we
thing in
ready
front
to
of
play
it.
now?
Secret friend.
Oh, yeah, we've been
Been
playing.
playing.
What? You said...
Hold on. That's I got this big...
No, fuck it. I'm still going.
Okay. I've got this big
I
YouTube
started
Premium
it.
thing right in the middle.
Having a clue.
I don't think so.
What minute are you at? Or
Let's
what
play a
second?
game. Just me and you.
43.
Any of this mean anything to you?
No more lies.
Ooh, dad jawline though.
No, I can't click anything in the box.
You're becoming
Damn it.
quite a celebrity.
Quite the celebrity. There we go.
Why is he writing to you?
Is it Catwoman?
If
Yep.
you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to
Goosebumps.
Go-
Hey, Doug.
Oh! Oh!
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance. Oh, cool looking Batmobile. Looks very original.
This guy's crazy.
It's less like a tank. I like that.
You're part of this too.
How am I part of this?
Oof.
Wait.
You'll see.
Grease paint.
Wait, what'd he say?
Grease paint.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Was that a Riddler thing at the end?
I'm going to assume so. The whole thing just
The
screams
question
Riddler.
marks.
Oh, it started with
Riddler.
the Riddler.
Or did it?
Yeah, I was about to say, the whole thing just screams Riddler.
I have never
Especially the
been-
question marks.
This is the most hyped
Oh.
I have ever been for a Batman movie since The Dark Knight, or any DC movie for that matter, since Batman came, since like The Dark Knight came out back in like 2012.
I didn't even like The Dark Knight. But that looks good, though. I like that.
I am so fucking
Wait,
hyped.
hold up. We have to stop the discussion right now. Kevin, can you repeat what you just said?
No.
Are you sure? I feel like it's essential to repeat what you just said.
I know where you live.
I don't get the hype about The Dark Knight.
Because it's a fucking great performance from Heath Ledger.
Yes!
No,
Hold on! Stop right there! Stop right there! Heath Ledger's great in it. Everything else is poo-poo.
No.
Disagree
It is-
entirely.
No, The Dark Knight
I know
is
we were getting away from getting
perfect
political.
merger of superhero and crime noir.
But...
With
Okay, so maybe I should rewatch The Dark Knight, because when I watched it a while ago, like, there's no crime solving anywhere.
It's not
Like-
a great interpretation of Batman, but here's
Exactly! He's not
okay,
a detective or a crime solver or anything.
Hold on. Here's a hot take.
This is not where I expected the overlapping and yelling talking to be tonight, but here we are.
Anyways.
I got a hot take. Batman is the least interesting part of any Batman movie.
Exactly. That's not a hot take. That's a fact. Batman's a boring character. The only thing interesting are his sidekicks and his villains.
Batman can be an interesting character if done right. And it seems Robert Pattinson is probably going to do it right because he looks like his Bruce Wayne does not look well. He looks like a crazy person, which is what Batman should be. He's a dude who swings through the night dressed as a fucking bat, beating the shit out of mentally ill people.
Yes, Mike.
Oh, he's still stuck on The Dark Knight.
No, I'm stuck on the Batman is not an interesting character comment. That's what I'm stuck on.
Hey, Mike, your rebuttal to Steve?
Yeah,
You
please.
just described him.
I'm
Yes,
not gonna lie.
Repeat what you just said.
Like,
this
not
is not
as
where I thought this type of heightened emotion would be.
Now, I think in Steve's defense, Steve is. I think we're talking about. Are you talking about the Dark Knight trilogy Batman? Because the Dark Knight trilogy Batman and Bruce Wayne is just. He's boring. In the Dark Knight trilogy. The Bruce Wayne
say he's boring. I'd say he was the less complex version of Batman.
Yes, he's just the millionaire crime fighter. He's just the millionaire crime fighter, though. That's all he is in the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, he doesn't do any detective work.
Get into discussions
Hold
about
on.
cinematography.
He doesn't do
editing. And
there's
shit because Christopher Nolan is a fucking genius.
Okay. I'm not talking about the cinematography. I'm talking about the story. Like I remember as a kid, there used to be videos about like who's the greatest detective of all time. Is it Batman or Sherlock Holmes? And just in the Dark Knight trilogy, there is no detective work done ever. Like,
I feel like it's a bit difficult to make it like really interesting, like in like an action style movie though. To suddenly take a diversion and do a bunch of detective work. Like
it's not though. I mean, the Sherlock Holmes. Okay,
interested in a detective Batman. I will
the Sherlock.
fully admit
Okay, yeah, the average public isn't. But so like in the Sherlock Holmes movies, like the Robert Downey Jr. ones, those ones had a good amount of action in them. But they also had a good amount of detective work in them. You know, there was still action. He still did some fighting, which is probably very.
That would have made a better Batman movie than a Sherlock Holmes movie, if I'm going to be totally honest.
I mean, because when I think of Sherlock Holmes, I don't think of him as a fighter.
He doesn't go around beating the shit out of people with a stick. So
yeah,
I mean,
but it made the Sherlock Holmes movies interesting because it took him and he was still detective though, but he also did crime fighting a little bit. Like, I think that if they made a Batman movie where he did a little detective work, like, don't jump into a sewer full of henchmen and fucking Bane without knowing what you're fucking doing or knowing who's down there. In The Dark Knight Rises...
Dark Knight Rises. We're talking about Dark Knight.
No, I'm talking about the trilogy. I'm talking about all three.
Okay.
You still have to take them all because the same character. He jumps down into the fucking pit without any knowledge of anything and just... gets his ass handed to him, and then heals a broken back in a month.
By that point, he was already established as more of a fighter than a detective.
I know, but it's just not the character, though.
You can't. There are so many interpretations of Batman that you can't say this is the character, though. That's like when my dad says he refuses to watch the Joker movie because that's not the Joker. It's like the Joker has been reinterpreted 80,000 times. Comics in America are fucking weird.
But Batman is always a fucking genius. He's always a smart, thought-out, methodical person. Batman, at any point in time, can kill every member of the Justice League. That's Batman. That's what I want to see on screen.
Yeah. Fair, but I could probably find an instance where he's a comic.
Well, yeah, because... So, here's the thing. Batman versus Superman...
Let Monica say something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can I introduce a hot take?
Yeah.
There was something that trailer that intrigued me to buy into a new Batman.
What did you say? I didn't catch that. I didn't catch all that.
That trailer that we just watched that intrigued me to buy into a new Batman movie or give me confidence that I want, or give me the hype of wanting to see it. Maybe that's just me.
I can understand that. I would like you to elaborate on.
I don't know. It's just like, to me, there was the only thing that was primarily interesting is is the potential of the Riddler being the main villain instead of just a side villain. That's because putting a little more of an intellectual take and bringing in more of that detective of the greatest detective aspect of it.
Oh
But
yeah. Come to think of it, the Riddler with the just quick side, like with the Riddler, he's have to bust out like the detective skills like Kevin was talking about. So that's actually a good choice for a villain.
So if they end up, but it's not, but I'm trying to think because they somebody started Catwoman in there, and there are some very Joker looking thugs in there.
Yeah.
And
Cloud makeup.
it's like they're just like it. There needs to be, and it sounds like they just need to like stick to their guns and try not to fit in every single fucking villain into one movie, and there just isn't that level of it hasn't sold me yet. That did not sell me. I'm curiously peering over, but you haven't gotten me on the hype train yet.
Did you see Joker just out of curiosity?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Did you like it as a movie, or just you didn't like it because of the content?
It's not. How do I phrase?
Do you're thinking that? Okay, go ahead.
As somebody who grew up with a mentally disabled sister and has been around mental disabilities because of that, it's not that it's a hard subject to watch. It's just it just rubbed me the wrong way, the way that they were glorifying it. And I didn't like it.
Well, I mean,
and maybe that's just me, and maybe I might have been misinterpreting something, but
there's a lot of debate as to whether it was glorifying or drawing attention to it. So there's a lot of nuance to be that you could view either way. So
the way I saw it, it was more of a criticism of the American, how they
mental health systems.
How they kind of abandoned they abandoned him. That's the reason why the Joker came into existence. They left him out, or hung him out to dry.
That is certainly present, but I can see where she's coming from.
Yeah,
how he's kind of glorified at the end of the.
I don't disagree, not at all.
Yeah, and that's the part that just rubbed me the wrong way, of just this idea of that the mentally unstable white man getting his vengeance. I didn't like that message at the end.
It was supposed to be necessarily a message more, but I see where you're coming from.
That's the part that just rubbed me the wrong way about this.
Fair enough.
Maybe I should watch the Joker.
The Joker, and again, there, as stated earlier, that there are many sides to the Joker, as there are many different interpretations of Batman. But to me, the best representations of the Joker is not just anarchy for the sake of anarchy. There's a method to his madness, and I didn't see that method in the Joker. And again, that could be me just missing something, but those are my takes, and I will drop the mic there.
I could see that, but
Mark Hamill, best Joker.
I could see that, but I even in the Mark Hamill Joker, I never really saw a method. It was just
he's just crazy.
For me, the Joker is what's the word?
Fluid.
No,
kind of goes with the flow wherever it
what's the word for just whatever makes me feel good?
Instant gratification?
Yeah, gratification incarnate. Whatever is going to make me feel good right now, I'm going to do that. And he's also a psychopath, so the things that make him feel good are things that tend to hurt.
That's fair.
I also have a thing on the new Batman movie. I think this movie is post Joker. I think Batman has already fought and locked up the Joker, but his goons are still on. His goons might still be in and about. I do not think the Joker is going to be in this movie.
I don't think he's gonna
Also-
be in it. They might tease him because like
Maybe. But also back to the Dark Knight trilogy. I would recommend rewatching Batman Begins. There's a decent amount of detective work in that.
no, I mean, and I would say Batman Begins is probably my favorite Batman, probably my favorite Dark Knight trilogy movie. Like,
Okay.
I'm not going to deny that Heath Ledger was an amazing Joker because he was. Like, he just brought the character
For me.
to he brought the character to the big screen. It was awesome. I still really like Jack Nicholson's Joker too. But just for me, the Dark Knight movie itself, huh?
He stole all my balloons.
What's
Do
the
that?
what's the one line about you can't lick another man's?
Bob, a gun.
What's the one line? You can't lick another man's something. Hold on.
Bob, a gun.
He needs his enema.
There was a comment, Trumpet Steve Main shot that I just want to bring up because I think I agree. The way I see it, there's three main sides of Batman: the detective side, the stealth side, and the brawler side. And very few portrayals manage to get all three in a good balance.
I would say that the Arkham video games
was literally about to say that.
Yeah, did a really good job of balancing stealth, detective, and brawler. Like,
Or
phenomenal.
you could just watch the animated series with starring Kevin Conroy.
Okay, yeah, Batman the Animated
boy!
Series is probably the best Batman out there. Like, just the best Batman stuff out there.
I never watched it.
Bruh.
What's the line I'm
just-
thinking
it's-
of?
Bruh.
I never did it. It's not that I don't want to. I just never did it.
Fun fact about that series: instead of using like just traditional like white paper for their storyboards, they actually drew on black paper for the backgrounds, so they could get that noir aesthetic.
Fair enough.
Neat.
So maybe I'm thinking we should move off Batman into some more Batman.
More Batman for. Hey dog, I heard you like Batman. Here's some Batman. Although Ryan, you probably already know this, but Nat wanted me to share this. Lucas Giolito apparently threw a no-hitter.
What?
Tonight.
What? Oh fuck!
Sports.
I'm trying to find this really weird Joker line.
Oh fuck!
Congratulations! I have no idea what team that guy's on.
Sox
You got
pitcher.
a Sox?
Yee!
That's why I brought it up.
I didn't know. I don't follow the Sox. Even though, does something we could do? Does anyone want to show off their mask collection? Oh, mine's in my car.
My masks are all boring.
What?
Like,
I do have.
Oh.
I do want to show it off, but it sounds like everyone's masks is in various parts.
I know Ryan has a really good one. Ryan,
one of mine's in my car. I can get one of them though.
Are you gonna go? Oh, he's going. He's going.
I know Ryan has a really good one about to put on. There we go. Check out that one. Steve, look at Ryan's mask.
Hold on. I'm gonna get mine. Hold on.
Gonna screen cap that.
I'll pay you money to never make that face again.
That's going on Twitter.
I accept PayPal, Venmo, whatever.
So I've got this one with the White Sox symbol on it, and I've got like an identical one, except it's got the Avengers A on it. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Hi.
All my masks are just boring.
Here are my two fun ones. Is I have a kitty,
Oh, that's adorable.
and then if anyone remembers, actually I should tell the internet this. So in my previous apartments, I had rubber ducks in my bathroom to decorate.
They're not there
them.
anymore?
They're currently sitting on top of my kitchen cabinets because
Dope, Ryan.
because
I want
A, I don't have enough counter space in my bathroom to put them there, and B, certain little boys kind of chase them up there.
What's that
But-
one? Ducks.
So fuck these ducks in particular.
Ducks. Yep. Ducks.
I was telling Kevin that or the guys that I've got basically two of the same mask, one with the Sox logo on it, and I've got one with an identical one except it's got the Avengers A.
Nice.
So yeah.
That is.
I want to do something Iron Man related, but I don't really feel like that goes like you can really get something with that on a mask.
Ooh.
Stark Industries logo on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think this is from one
Or
of
an arc
Vanessa's.
reactor.
Well, yeah, the arc, but the problem is if I wanted an arc reactor, it'd have to be like center, and I think Vanessa's coworker made these, so I think all the logos she made were on the side, so I'm not sure she has the ability to print it on the front.
Yeah, shout out to Nat's mom for making these.
Dope. Also, shout out to my mom who has stopped now, but made like 570 masks for people.
Damn.
500 fucking masks. God fucking damn.
That's a lot. Pop.
It helps being retired, but fuck.
Let's go to.
Yeah, I see that. Thanks, Nat.
Nat, you just missed our mask. Steve, put on your mask again.
Oh yes, hold on.
Nat also has a White Sox mask. So.
Sorry, I've got to like put the mask like under like the little thing under the nose piece of my glasses to prevent condensation. Condensation is the worst with these things.
I can only imagine. Oh, it's starting to poke through. That's good to know.
I know.
To be fair, the Pirates are also awful.
That is also true, but who gives a shit?
It's still a no-hitter. That's still pretty awesome.
I mean, we
forgot that the Pirates existed.
So did the Pirates fans.
Have a nice
apparently
day.
the Sox are on a fucking streak right now because they actually won the series against the Cubs. First game was like a blowout 10-2. I'm not even paying attention
Yeah, we
to
kicked their
sports, and I
ass.
know that.
And the losers are accusing us of.
Well, yeah.
Accusing us of what?
Cheating.
Yeah.
Well, then
They're like,
being-
there's clearly a wire.
around his neck.
Fucking stupid.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I'm curious here.
There's a picture of Jose Abreu like running home, and like you see like a little black thing, kind of this like little sliver of like a black string thing.
How could you possibly cheat with a string?
Buzzers.
Because essentially
It's-
someone in the outfield reads the signals of the
It's
of
not
of
the
the.
outfield, it's the runner on second base. It's
Oh,
how
yeah.
the Houston Astros got caught.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of
Cheating.
interesting, actually.
I can go like all day. But I can go like a while about that.
We should actually have a sports
Let's
themed
have-
podcast one of these days.
Oh God.
Have Ryan talk
Why?
about that.
Or at least a
Yeah,
section.
that's the Have Ryan Talk podcast.
Yeah. Honestly,
Well-
we should have a sports section every week where Ryan gets to talk.
The Stros got caught with garbage cans.
And
Wait, what?
now,
Yep, garbage cans.
With Ryan.
Garbage cans, supposed buzzers. There was
The
something
computer.
else.
The computer.
Well,
yeah.
that also had something to do with the garbage cans.
Go, ball going hole. Go team. It
That's not how baseball works.
is how Blurns ball works. If the
Oh,
Blurns ball
Blurns
goes in
ball.
the hole, it's a Blurns.
I really need to find a way to watch Futurama without having to
Hulu-
subscribe to Hulu because
oh.
fuck that shit.
I like Hulu.
That's right, they took it off of Netflix, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yep.
me and Vanessa watched Disenchantment, and she
Ah,
really liked it, and she liked
so
that.
good.
So I figure she'll like Futurama too.
Yes. Futurama was better than Disenchantment. I still really like Disenchantment, but like
Disenchantment's really good.
I find myself using Hulu way more than Netflix these days. Just
See, I would get Hulu, but there's ads, and I don't feel like paying more for not ads. So
that's fair. I mean, yeah, I have the non-ad version. Okay, so we're at an hour 30.
I
So-
torrent.
So I think
I mean, we do technically have another
Yo.
couple trailers to watch if we want to discuss
Oh,
that.
we'll go.
they're long. They're like the Justice League trailer is like 4 minutes long.
Oh well, don't watch the Justice League trailer. I mean, it's mostly footage you've seen before. Like.
Oh no! I'm sorry. The Suicide Squad trailer.
Oh well, yeah. Well, okay. Fair
It's like
enough.
4 minutes long.
If we have a sports podcast, I can finally fucking talk about this thing. Why it's a big fucking joke.
Oh, fucking Christ.
That's why I wanted to do show and tell one of these
The
days.
joke is they didn't win.
Well, I think
We should do show and tell one of these days.
yes. Next
I
week we
have
can do.
so much to show and tell.
Next week we can do
I
show and
have
tell.
only shown my Rick gun, I promise.
I have a bionicle wall behind me.
Next
Do
week,
you? Oh my God,
everyone,
you do.
everyone, bring in an object to show next week. We'll do show and tell next week.
Yes.
Can it be my penis?
No, it cannot be your penis. Mike's uninvited from
Well,
show
now
and
you've
tell.
ruined it.
Mike is uninvited from show and tell. Not allowed. You've lost your show and tell
This
privileges.
is Ultra Lord. This is the 5th time this week you've shown Ultra Lord in class.
What of all this?
The
No,
Ultra Lord
I've
reference out of nowhere. This is Ultra Lord.
Is that Kill a Kill?
Yes, it is.
Oh my
Fucking nerd.
Kill a Kill so fucking
I need
good.
to show once I get more Nat's feet wet with anime. I
wet.
need to show Kill a Kill.
Oh,
because
Kill a Kill's so
Kill a
good.
Kill is one of my favorites.
I think Vanessa. I don't think Vanessa would like that one because it's nothing but fucking fan service.
What the difference is with Kill a Kill though is that it's aware
nudity
and
has a
parody
purpose.
fan service. I mean,
I
there is
guess.
the argument of even if it's self-aware fan service is still fan
Well,
service.
the nudity has a thematic purpose to the story.
Also,
Yeah.
There's nudity in
It's
Kill a
about-
Kill?
What?
Yeah, sorta.
Christine, we need to watch Kill a Kill.
Kevin, they don't.
Christine!
I will in a minute.
It's got titties.
Boobs, Christine, boobs.
And ass with lots of ass.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Monica, Nat is
Doesn't
not
your
an
mom listen to
object.
this podcast?
I know.
Oh, hi, Mom. Mom, if you're watching, hi. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. I went home for the weekend, have dinner with my parents, and my mom was like, "Yeah, we watched last week's podcast because I specifically said we were talking about our parents and video games, so they watched the podcast live."
Oh, that's why we had so many viewers.
Hi, Mom. Maybe I don't know.
I get
How
How you
What'd
doing?
she say?
Oh no, she enjoyed it. She doesn't remember the story the story I told about Saints Row, how he tricked her into buying a Saints Row. She doesn't remember that apparently. I very vividly remember it.
Blocked it from her memory.
Apparently, about her son's lying to her to buy a dirty game. So yeah, I think. Oh, speaking of weep shit, Kevin, did you read the newest My Hero chapter? Yes, I did, Steve. I did read the newest My Hero chapter. I need Sunday to come quicker. I need to know things.
So,
Things-
when are we doing the My Hero cast for season 4?
When you
Whenever we
finish,
do the
when you
fucking
catch up on the
sports
manga,
podcast.
Mike, catch up on the manga first.
Podcast.
Well, I thought we were specifically doing a season 4 cast.
I need to talk
It's
about the manga though.
The dog's about to get crunchy, Kevin.
I know, but the manga's even. Someone else gets crunchy.
I don't like how you said that.
Someone
Because
else.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Someone else goes.
I don't
crunch.
like that. I don't like that at all.
Why?
Kevin.
Why would you?
I don't like that at all, Kevin.
There's
Give
one of
give
my-
me a hint on the quirk that you think.
Well, it's obvious. When I say crunchy, obviously I'm talking about Shigaraki.
Well, yeah, but like,
I'm going to divert any potential spoiler conversations with.
I need to
I
talk.
don't know where this is going.
There was one of my Ren Fair friends posted a TikTok, and she's like, guys, what? Just a question. If Toga could get the blood, or Twice could figure out the foot size, could they turn into dogs? Could they turn into dogs? Could they
Possibly.
transform and emulate dogs? And I'm like,
Well,
So
Kevin, that is another spoiler that I'm familiar with. So.
about what? Toga?
The other one.
Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both look like you're gonna fucking explode.
Wait, is he? Hold on.
We should probably stop the conversation
I
there.
was about to say,
Probably.
and-
Well, that about does it for this week's episode.
I feel like a monkey today, just clapping. Like,
But no, I mean the current My Hero stuff's really good. I need to talk about the new shit. Steve, you'll definitely be on that podcast, I think.
yeah.
Um,
Also,
because I need to talk about the manga.
I'm getting Nat there slowly but surely. We just began season 3, and he met I forget now I already forgot the team, but the cat girls.
Oh, the Wild
Funky.
Wild Pussycats.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wild Pussycats. We didn't meet the full team yet. We only just met.
Steve, that's from
Mandalay
Ruby.
and
What the fuck are
Sorry,
you
I'm
talking about?
looking at a Ruby thing right now on my phone. My bad.
We only met the first two, so. But I learned that. Nat he just saw that. He's like, no.
Fun fact: there is a trans man in that group.
I didn't know he was trans. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. What? Sorry.
No, we're stopping because I don't want to spoil that. But Danny, look.
Oh,
Danny. Wait.
She's kind of blurry for me.
Mike.
She's
Which,
just
Not
a
on
black-
stream.
The one that looks like a man, Steve.
well, what I'm asking is F to M or M to F?
M to F. No, F to M. F to M.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Be
Yeah,
free.
look at that Danny girl.
Okay.
I'm
We'll end there before I explode with spoilers because I want to talk about shit, especially shit that happened this week and shit that I think's gonna happen next week. Okay.
Eventually, I'm just gonna have to read the whole fucking thing. Apparently.
Yeah, just read it all on Viz Media. That's what I do.
clean.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a very successful episode. We will be switching over to Minecraft in probably about 10 minutes.
Oh, I should look that up.
So make sure you stay in tune for then. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Make sure you're following so you know when we go live next. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of the VGRcast. Bye.
Minecraft pussy.
Why are you like
Oh,
this?
you should let him sleep.
Why you do? Why you do?
Why are you like this?
Why are
Why?
you like this?